Hey guys, what's going on? It's MJ from RC here. We got my TRX4 based ATL chassis beast of a truck with NWAFI LiPo and IntheworksRC links sitting here. And what I really want to talk to you guys about and give a very open opinion is these Voodoo KLRs. Now, as you can see, I'm sitting here in a rather rocky spot, and you know, I'm really assessing these. Okay, now I am gonna one-hand drive so you guys can see. There you go. There's a good shot of the KLRs. All right, so here we have sand. We've had these out in the mud as well as the rock. And ladies and gentlemen, that happens to be Lake Ontario. So, this truck, I'll tell you what, I'm very impressed with it. And what I'm also very interested in seeing how they perform are these KLRMs. This sand is rather loose. You guys can see it's not packed down too much. These things dig. Like, this is their specialty, is digging. No questions asked. Would I use these in mud? Absolutely. There's zero question about it. I do have them vented, and because I know a friend of mine enjoys the look of a squished down truck, there you go, on the foams. These are the Voodoo 3-stage foams. This truck weighs just under 8 pounds. I do have the carbon fiber, I'm sorry, the G10 ATL chassis on it, so it does weigh less than most of my crawlers. On the rocks, do I prefer the KLR or OGs, maybe in gold or red? Yes, I do. If there is going to be a ton of mud, there's no question asked, I am going to go to these KLRMs. On the rocks, they hook up. There's no question about it. I'm kind of really surprised, and I think it really comes down to the actual compound of why they hook up so well on the rocks. Now, these tires are completely vented. They have a 2mm hole ×4 all the way around. So that way I can get the most out of the foams and most out of the truck itself. I've used non-vented tires. That is not my preference. By the way, in case you're interested, that headless driver is one of the RC Addict's figurines. Head should be Ryan Cormester, throwing you out there, brother. You might have lost an arm and a head, and you know, it adds character to the Jeep, because, you know, send it. Anyway, this truck has performed very well. These tires have hooked up unexpectedly well on the rocks. In the mud, they're one of the best tires I've seen. And yes, I have used pit bulls, pretty much all the pit bulls, and I have used the OG KLRs. And if I had to put it to a top 10, in the mud, these would definitely be the #1 tire. Also, the life that I'm getting out of these, as you can see really up close here, there's quite a bit of, you can see a lot of wear. These are wearing faster than my OG KLRs, but again, the actual tread pattern's so open, it is what it is. Just like in a 1-to-1 tire, you know what you're going to get. If you take this trailing, you're going to get a lot of wear. I've had this on the trails up in Rochester, New York. I did the Indian Hill Trail. Bunch of stuff at Webster Park, as well as Hamlin State Park here on Lake Ontario. this truck has done everything that I've asked it to do, which really does make me rather happy. Will I continue using Voodoo tires until they prove me wrong, or you know, they don't do what I ask? Absolutely. I tell you what, I'm definitely very happy with the purchase. And for the record, I am not sponsored by them. I bought their tires as I really was intrigued by the tread. Looked very much like Treps, which, you know, is a high-end off-road tire. And you know, as these 3-stage foams break in, you can really see the rear, because I have the least amount of weight on the rear. They're really starting to do their job. They're definitely getting better and better as I break these particular tires in. So look for more running, look for more video of this particular truck running, whether the OG KLRs or these particular KLR M's in gold. And I mean, feel free to ask questions, comment, let me know what you think. Also, you'll see some sand ladders in use. I'm gonna bring her over here a little bit, because I'm rather entertained by the length of the sand ladder. So as you can see, it just kind of dips down and just does its job hooking up. All right, so under here is your standard orange sand ladder. Next to it happens to be a stupidly long one. I gotta give a big shout out to my boy Jason over at Darkside 3D printing. I gave him a little bit of an order, an entertaining order. I'm like, hey, print me a giant sand ladder, because I like to push the envelope. So he did. With these gaps, as you can see through here, it actually has come in handy. Got ourselves a boat out there. So, yes, please feel free to comment, talk to me. Got the OG, the KLRMs in gold. Would I recommend? Yes. Red. It depends on what your use is. They don't make these in silver, as you can really see the wear in this shot right here. You could definitely see them breaking in. So you do make the purchase. I do suggest the 3-stage foams. I know a lot of people have talked negative about it, but I really like them once they break in. I got a couple different sets to try and see what happens, and these happen to work out really well so far, and they're only getting better. All right, guys, have a good one, and I will see you on the other side.